All right. Councilman Weaver, absent. Councilman Castleberry.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Rutledge.
Here.
Councilman Stanifer.
Here.
Councilman McDaniels, absent. Mayor Pro Tem, you have a quorum.
Thank you. We're in session. It's great to see all you folks here. We normally don't get very big crowds, so this is impressive. You know, somebody said it was because I was leaving. That was a celebration. So I think probably the other reason actually. We're going to run this meeting a little different than normal. We have what we call consent items that are on the agenda, and since the current council members were here for the last meeting when we did that, we all need to be able to vote on it to approve those minutes so we can send them to the bank and the county for what we need to do. So once we get done with those, we'll get on with the real festivities of the evening. So we have a roll call, we have a quorum. The item 4 on the agenda is consider and act upon consent items 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Gentlemen, have you had a chance to read those? Have you had got any comments on them?
I make a motion we accept those items as written.
For the second. Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, consent items have been approved. The next item on the agenda is to swear in our newly elected mayor, Mr. Frank Serrato. Frank, Sandy, will you do the honors? Would you stand up in front, please? Huh? I told you 2 minutes for that type of deal.
It don't take long.
How do you stand right there?
This is the night for mess ups, evidently.
Thank you. Okay. Ready? Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Frank Serrato,
I, Frank Serrato,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully
that I will faithfully
execute the duties
execute the duties
of the office
of the office
of mayor
of mayor
for the city of Coffee City,
for the city of Coffee City,
state of Texas,
state of Texas,
and will to the best
and will to the best
of my ability
of my ability
preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution
and defend the Constitution
and the laws
and the laws
of the United States
of the United States
and of this state,
and of this state,
and the charter
and the charter
and the ordinances
and the ordinances
of this city.
of this city.
And I furthermore
I furthermore
solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I have not directly
that I have not directly
or indirectly paid,
or indirectly paid,
offered or promised to pay,
offered or promised to pay,
contributed, nor promised to contribute
nor promised to contribute
any money
any money
or valuable thing,
or valuable thing,
or promised
or promised
any public office
any public office
or employment
or employment
as a reward
as a reward
to secure my appointment.
to secure my appointment.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank
Go
you.
over here and sign this, please. Go sign. Okay, Judge. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Shalina Bivens,
I, Shalina Bivens,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I have faithfully
that I have faithfully
executed the duties
executed the duties
of the office
of the office
of municipal court judge
of municipal court judge
for the city of Coffee City,
for the city of Coffee City,
state of Texas,
state of Texas,
and will to the best
and will to the best
of my ability
of my ability
preserve, protect,
and
defend the Constitution
defend the Constitution
and the laws
and the laws
of of the United States
of the United States
and of this state,
and of this state,
and the charter
and the charter
and ordinances
and ordinances
of this city,
of this city,
and I furthermore
and I furthermore
solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I have not directly
that I have not directly
or indirectly paid,
or indirectly paid,
offered or promised to pay,
offered or promised to pay,
contributed,
contributed,
nor promised to contribute
nor promised to contribute
any money
any money
or valuable thing,
or valuable thing,
or promised any public office
or promised any public office
or employment
or employment
as a reward
as a reward
to secure my appointment.
to secure my appointment.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Okay, I need Alderman Chuck Jones, Kevin Swanson, and Ray Verhey. We'll do. Okay. I'll get you all at the same time. Please. There we go. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I
Kevin Swanson,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully
that I will faithfully
execute the duties
execute the duties
of the office
of the office
of Alderman
of Alderman
for the city of Coffee City,
for the city of Coffee City,
state of Texas,
state of Texas,
and will to the best
and will to the best
of my ability
of my abilities
preserve, protect,
preserve and protect
and defend
and defend
the Constitution
the Constitution
and the laws
and the laws
of the United States
of the United States
and of this state,
and of this state,
and the charter
and the charter
and the ordinances of this city,
and the ordinance of this city,
and I furthermore
and I furthermore
solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I have not directly
that I have not directly
or indirectly paid,
or indirectly paid,
offered or promised to pay,
offered or promised to pay,
contributed,
contributed,
nor promised to contribute
nor promised to contribute
any money
any money
or valuable thing,
or valuable things,
or promised any
or promised any
public office
public office
or employment
or employment
as a reward
as a reward
to secure my appointment.
to secure my appointment.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Okay, come over here and sign for me, please. Here's yours. Sign there. Thank you, that's it.
Mayor Serrato, may I make a couple of announcements real quick?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, first of all, to the council members, the new council members, try to get your nameplates in time. They screwed them up, sent them back, so now they should be any time. The other thing is there is a typo on the agenda that Mayor Serrato pointed out to you on item number, what is it, 18, Frank?
It will be number 16.
16, it should say the chief administrator. I left the word chief out, unfortunately. That's the only change to the agenda. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. Place 1, over there. Place 5, over here. Place 3, right there by Frank.
Anything else, Doug? We'll proceed to item 13, consider an act upon removing field rutledge from all city bank accounts and the city safe deposit balance.
I make a motion, we remove it from those two.
Second.
Who was the second?
Swanson.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
And a vote?
All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. Go to 14, Doug, what we do now?
Yes, sir.
Item number 14, consider and act upon naming a new mayor pro tem. I would like to add, if we could table this to next month, give us time to talk, but if somebody has an idea or someone they'd like to recommend, we're more glad to hear your recommendation.
I'll make a motion, we table it.
Yeah, I would second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimous. Item number 15, consider and act upon naming a new signer on the city bank accounts and safe deposit box.
Can I interject something? Normally that goes to the mayor,
Okay.
so,
Anybody wanna? I can't put myself on there, so somebody make a motion there.
I'll make a motion to put the mayor as the new signer for the bank account and safe deposit box.
Second.
it was the second.
That's better. Privilege.
Does that mean I don't have to do it anymore?
No.
All right, item number 16, consider and act upon naming Alicia Toby as the chief administrator for the police department.
Y'all need to take a vote on the,
I'm sorry.
What do you think, we missed that one? Anybody,
On the mayor?
on the city bank account, safe
Yes.
deposit box, can you take that vote? All right, unanimous? I'm learning.
It's okay.
All right. Item number 16, consider and act upon naming Alicia Toby as the chief administrator for the police department. I'd like to add also on that note, as Doug said, there's a typo, add chief in there. Somebody has to be able to do the background checks, and F5, someone means you bring them on, F5 means you release someone. TLETs, CGIS, and TCO. It's normally, that would be me, but I don't wanna run the police department. And, I know we had applicants out there, but she knows how to do everything in there. There's, as far as the paperwork and office goes, she's very knowledgeable on the CGIS and FBI and DPS, restrictions and whatever they need. So, with that,
Is she already on the board?
no, sir, she just needs to be approved by y'all to be on it.
She here this evening?
Yes, sir, should be the lady looking for
Oh, okay. I just was looking for somebody. Just put a name to a face.
See, the reason she's not on the force yet, cause, we have to turn in the paperwork to TCLEDs to allow me to be able to put her on. And, cause she can't do herself, she can't hire herself and she can't fire herself. Once we get that, I send the paperwork in and then she'll be able to take care of the paperwork.
I'll make a motion that we accept her as the chief administrator.
Riley Sandifer, anybody second?
Second. One second.
All in favor?
So unanimous?
Is this a permanent spot as the chief, or are we still looking for someone else? I just didn't know where everything stood with Brian.
Brian.
I knew he's
attorney-
gone, but I just didn't know if you guys had found anyone else or interviewing. Is she gonna be, is this permanent position, or?
Even if we get another chief in here, she's still gonna hold the title in there as far as chief, cause, when he's not here or she's not here, then she can be able to take over whatever needs to be taken care of.
Okay.
And, what was the other thing? Well, anyways, don't matter, but yeah, we're still looking at this, go from there.
Okay.
But yeah, all right. Item number 17, open forum. Do you have anybody signed
We
up?
don't have anybody signed up for open forum, sir?
Number 18 is the mayor's report. I'm gonna say that to me now. I'd like to thank everybody that's here. Some came on your own, thank you. Some invited, thank you. Some drove far away, so thank you. Also, I wanna thank the city of Coffee City and the citizens for voting for me, and I hope I do y'all proud. And the ones that didn't vote for me, I'd like to thank you as well, and I hope to make you proud as well. I'll do the best that I can, and that's about all I can say right now. That's all I have. item number 19, the EDC report.
I have nothing unless Ray or anybody has anything.
No, just that the EDC met last week. We had our normal meeting. We discussed, oh gosh, I prepared for this. We had several agenda items that we had to go over our bylaws. We talked about some of those type of things and had a couple other stuff that we've tabled for the moment and had to come back to. That's really all I have, in my opinion. I mean, don't remember everything right off the top of my head. I wasn't prepared for this. I thought Jim was gonna be here. Sorry.
Okay. Where's Jim anyway? You know?
Don't know. I heard last week he was planning to be here.
Any questions for EDC? All right, item number 20, municipal court report.
Okay, for the month of November, we had 19 new cases that were filed. We had 31 that were dismissed after driver safety compliance, 19 after deferred, I'm sorry, that was 20. 20 after the deferred disposition, 1 after proof of insurance. There were 4 other transportation code dismissals. We had 1 case that was appealed to the county. We had 122 Class C misdemeanor warrants. There were 3 cases of community service that were fully satisfied. There were 10 cases that were waived or satisfied for jail credit. There were 2 cases that were waived for indigency. Total amount for indigency was $866. The total amount on tickets for the month of November was $27,647. Our collection agency, GHS, collected $8,384. In-house warrant collection was $4,231. Chris Moore, Fire Chief, has been assisting with the warrants the past few months, and he cleared 9 warrants in the month of November. Officer Ryan Kate cleared 2 before he left. There was a monthly transfer to the city of $14,481. Any questions? Comments?
Do you have any questions? We'll proceed to the next one, item 21, the police report. Unfortunately, we don't have a police department at this time, but tonight we'll have Alicia as a one-woman force. So, we'll move on to item number 22, the fire department report.
They told me to come back because meetings were getting over with too quick.
Chief,
Yes.
can I get you to stand up there?
No. Real briefly, we had 28 calls in the month of November, 8 building fires. We were just talking with a few people a minute ago. The bay's been on fire and a couple other places. If anybody's listening on the internet, fire marshal's looking for you. 1 grass fire, 10 medicals, 1 boat call, 2 wrecks, 1 controlled burn. 4 times we were canceling route. 1 time we assisted the police. What was that on? Do you remember?
It was a wreck.
We opened the door for them, whatever, wasn't it? Yeah. We got a handy dandy tool to open the doors without tearing them up too much. The big thing that we've been going through the last few months is emergency management. The whole county has. And basically, I think there's 253 counties in the state, so they divide it up into 4s, and every 4 years, you know, everybody has to renew them. I just talked with the mayor earlier. The big thing we'll have is when it comes back from the state as that emergency plan being approved, which they don't foresee anything, it'll have to be on the agenda for the city to adopt that plan. If not, the city's gotta have their own plan. And I advised the mayor, it was some light reading, it's only about 658 pages. And they all allude to something else, so. Still standing at about 14 members. Do y'all have any questions for?
I have a couple, chief.
Yes, sir.
On these, 8 building fires, you
Yes,
said
sir.
buildings or also houses?
Now, these are houses, like, there's been 4 in the bay alone. And, I mean, like, even next door houses. Some of these are houses that were vacant, no electricity, no gas, no lightning.
I know you can't give it this much information, but did they have a lead?
Yeah. Fire marshal's looking for you.
Um,
Oh, he turned it. And then we just got another lead, on the, we didn't, but the fire marshal's office, they brought it to us. We go to the fire marshal at Royal Forest. We had that fire there. Here again, nobody was at home, nothing was on.
Fire chief, on these places that have burned, since the bay is really close, are they fully consumed by the time y'all get there?
No, not always. Some of them are, it just depends on, there's a lot of extenuating circumstances. And what I mean by that is, if Ray walks out his door and sees it, we get there in time. You know, we're averaging, 10 to 15 minutes. If they had all their doors shut, that slows the fire down. But the 2 on Shady, they were pretty much gone
So
by the time.
2 of the 8 were consumed?
Yeah, those were pretty much gone by the time we got there.
Is that because of the lack of manpower, or is there a response time?
We're standing still steady at 14, 15, and we still have automatic aid with Berryville, Frankston, Noonday's there. We bring in West Side. So now sometimes, depends on what it is. People may be at work, and we may only have 1 or 2, but that's why we have the automatic aid.
So is 14 members enough, or are you looking for more? And the
We
reason
all-
I'm asking is because if 2 are fully consumed and 8 have gone down, I mean, maybe there's more, something we can do to prevent it, but I know you're working on it, but.
We'll
is
always
14
take
enough?
people. We'll always take people, but, we'd like to be manned at about 20, but, one of the worst things that happens to us is employment.
Mhm.
They're working. It's like Berryville, unfortunately, during the day, I met with their mayor last week. There is nobody between 9 and 5, because they're all working, every last one of them. But Frankston's coming, we're coming.
So when y'all get here, you're all ready to go.
Oh, yeah. But we always need people, we always need more training. And a lot of it has to do with when we're notified. If we're notified, when people walk out and it's already burning out all 4 walls, there's nothing we can do, and we're not sending nobody into that.
I just learned this the other day that the city council has to approve how many members you have. Is that true for the fire department?
That's never has been, but I guess y'all can put limitations if y'all want to.
We'll get together later on and see how many we can make.
So, we'd love to have about 20, but 14 seems to be where we hover at,
Okay.
so.
On that, do you have, you were wanting 20, now do you have?
Oh, I'd love to have more than that, but 20 would be idealistic.
But do you have bunkers here
The
to
20,
withstand 20?
at different schedules and trainings and the grants and stuff we have coming in, we could fit 20 people. Cause not all of them are gonna be interior. Some of them are just tanker drivers. Some of them are just pumper engineers, Not all of them go in. That's, we have to take what we can get. Now, if we were paying, we could be a little more demanding upon,
Right.
But unfortunately, that's not the deal. The only change in manpower has been that Paul Rife is no longer the assistant chief. Bill Johnson's the assistant chief. Paul has hung it up for all intents and purposes, retired. He's starting some new endeavors in life, and he's actually spending more time in Tyler than he is out here, so Bill's taking over that role.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, item 23, anybody wanna make a motion to adjourn? Swanson first,
I'll second.
Who was the second?
Highward.
Ray second. All right, thank you for coming.
All in favor?
All in favor? I'll get it right eventually.
Marcus, did you vote?
I did.
Unanimous.
Yeah.